Hi everyone, I hope I'm clear. I thought I should do a quick video with you today from the office, right? So I'm going to talk about how you can get your life to be unlimited, how we can get our lives to be unlimited. I'm still learning it myself. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Huiti and I talk a lot about mindsets, right? And lifestyle and fashion here and there, right? Today we're going to talk about no limits, unlimited, breaking limits, right? So actually, that's my word for the year of 2023, unlimited. And when I started saying that my word for the year is unlimited, I didn't realize that I actually had no clue what unlimited was. I actually didn't realize that I had for the longest time been limiting my life, right? So until I went into a session with a coach, a certain coach, I actually warned her a time to be with her, and I got to see that I've been limiting my life a lot. Hectic. So, but here we go. I've got three things about limitations and a bonus at the end. So, number one, I'm gonna say don't scale down. Whatever it is that you want to do, don't start saying that you have to do it at the lowest level, because I'm realizing that that's how I've been doing things. I believe so much in growth. It's actually one of my values. But the problem is, I've always believed that you really have to go little by little by little, very small steps at a time. And when in fact I actually a lot of times had the resources and the ability to start off already big, right? So it was a mindset that I had, which I'm only just still dealing with now, And this week actually I learned that I've been limiting myself. So you don't have to always start so little. If you have the resources, if you know that you can do it, just go ahead and do it. And you see, the problem with mindsets is that they close you off. You may not even realize that you have the resources and the capabilities to actually do the thing that you should do, because you've always seen yourself as like not having enough, right? So when you scale down, right, it means that you are looking at things with fear. You're not using faith. You know that you can like travel to a far off country. You really do want to travel, but you always think that, no, I can't. You're not able to even see the money that you have to actually do that, right? And so for me, definitely it was. Let me give you an example. When I started living in my own house, at the time I felt like I couldn't even buy a house to start with, right? But then it was impressed upon me that you're gonna have your own house. I feel the Holy Spirit impressed that upon me. So I was like, oh, okay. Then I was able to get it, right? But I thought, no, I'm not gonna be able to afford to actually live there. So I'm probably gonna rent it out, But God spoke to me, oh no, that go there and I will provide for you, right? So imagine if I had started just using only my head and was like, no, I cannot afford, first of all, to have a house, or after I got it, no, I cannot afford to live there, And I have always seen God's provision. And guess what? I was about to limit myself, I think, once again, because I was like, the economy has taken such a toll. Look at how much I'm spending these days. Maybe I should move to a smaller house and rent out my house, And I was reminded that, no, you're scaling down again. You are limiting yourself. Have you not always been provided for in doing well, living where you are now, So, yeah, that's the first thing that I'm going to say. Don't scale down, right? Because when you scale down, or when you live with a limited mindset, you're telling yourself actually that you're poor, that you're lacking, you don't have enough, and you end up, resources end up closing up for you, right? So the second part is what is it? Find out if the thing that you want to do is actually what you should be doing, right? Be sure about it. Like if you're supposed to maybe go study and sponsor yourself, do your master's degree, do your PhD, is it something that you should actually be pursuing right now, right? Find out. I'll link up my video that I actually did last week, which talks about how you must how it's okay, you must surrender to solitude, right? And another one which talks about how to hear the voice of God, or your intuition. Some others might see it as intuition, right? I link them up so that you check out how you're able to really know that this is the thing that you're supposed to be pursuing. So it's important that you should know that for you to, like, if you really want something, right, find out if it's something that you should be doing, and if it's something that you should be doing right now. And if you feel at peace about it, I can actually sponsor myself for this thing, or I can actually go build this humongous house, rather than like how I'd be like, no, I want to start small first, have small houses. That had always been my plan, because I love property, but I'd just be like, oh no, I gotta have rental properties first. I can't just have some like huge big house, and yet you find out that that is not even God's plan, and God's plan may be to start you off big. It's possible, because I do know that I believe in growth step by step, but sometimes that type of growth is something that happens internally within you until you're able to to handle the big things on the outside world, right? So sometimes that's what it is. And I'll tell you that it's very important to break your limiting mindset, because it really does hold you back. I remember like when we after we had started working, after we had finished school, me and my friend, and she had big dreams about employment, she knew that once she finished her degree, she was going to be a manager, she was going to be what. And guess what? She became really big. She always got amazing jobs, was paid really, really well, as opposed to me, who my belief was that when you go to work, you start from the bottom and work your way up. And it's very, very important to learn along the way. You've got to be seasoned so that when you reach to the top, you don't make huge mistakes, what. So it sounded really great. But you know what? It also holds you a bit back, and now you start complaining because you're not even going fast enough because of your limiting belief that says that, you shouldn't be, you are too young to make it in life, So those are the things that I'm changing, and I hope that it resonates with you, and that you also start looking at yourself and seeing where you're limiting yourself and changing that, right? And then the third one. The third one says that no one thinks that you're not enough except yourself, right? You are enough, you're good enough to get to the places that you want to be in. You're good enough to have a seat at the table. The only person who thinks you're not good enough is yourself. I remember being at some events and wondering if I had really dressed to the way they wanted us to dress, the theme and things like that. And and then I looked around the room and realized, what? Other people are also insecure. They look like they're okay, but everybody's looking at everybody else. Ladies would understand this, and wondering am I really enough? And then I started to get comfortable, it depends on me. If I feel I'm enough, if I feel my makeup is on point, then it is, because everybody's looking at everybody else thinking, did I do too much? Did I do too little? Is it bad that I did not engage a professional makeup artist? Maybe, look, people got new clothes or whatever. They really invested in this thing, but everybody else is also questioning themselves. So it's up to you to decide that you are enough and that you are unlimited. So that's what I had for you today. And the last one, I wanted to say the bonus point: keep building whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know if it's related to this, but keep building. You will get there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna start releasing videos twice a week, on Wednesdays and on Sundays, and I really believe that this time I'm gonna keep to the schedule, guys, and keep me accountable. So what do you have? Do you think that you've been limiting yourself in some way? Did something click? And do you think now you're gonna change? If so, please comment down below and let us discuss these things and learn from them. Thank you.